What's up, everybody? Welcome to round one. Hope you are excited. We have some black-blue Reanimator. Hopefully, we don't fall flat on our face. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. I always love jamming Reanimator in Cube. It's always a lot of fun. Yeah. At the end of the day, if we don't get it going, we don't get it going. But as long as we reanimate something really nice and really fun for the cheap, I'll be happy. Now, as far as our opening hand goes, this is it's pretty ugly. Pretty nasty. We've got 3 islands, swamp, thirst for knowledge. Yeah, let's go and ship this one back. Not too excited about this one. And then we've got swamp, mystical tutor, wormcoil, engine, drag. Yeah, we can search up for one of our Reanimator pieces. We need to find some way to get something into the graveyard, but don't really want to go past 6. So let's go and keep on this one. Have the scry on top. Let's go and put that on the bottom. We got 2 Reanimator targets in the hand. Then let our opponent do their thing. So. With Mystical Tutor, there's a couple different things we can grab off of this one. We do have Buried Alive, but mainly, let's go ahead and actually go for the Mystical Tutor. Let's get the island down. Let's go for the Mox Jet, and we'll be online for Mystical Tutor. What we need now is we do have a couple things. We have the Thirst for Knowledge is going to allow us to draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards. And then we get into spots where we can go for either Living Death or we have Buried Alive, can get some of that stuff into our graveyard. We also have Exhume if we get something in the graveyard cheap. But right now we're just looking for something kind of, ooh, beautiful, Living Death. Okay, let's go and get the Swamp down. And then let's go and pass the turn. Probably what we're going to go ahead and go for is we're going to Mystical Tutor on our opponent's turn. Go for the Buried Alive, put some stuff in the graveyard. And then we'll be 1 land away from getting into spots where we can kind of dump these into the graveyard. What we can do is, instead of going for Buried Alive, since we do have 2 cards we do for sure want to put into the graveyard, because we have the Gear Hulk, we have Grave Titan still in our library. Okay, we got 4 damage being dealt up top. We're okay with that. I'm trying to think if we want these as our Reanimator targets, we can go for Grave Titan if we go for Buried Alive to get those down there. But if we're playing against Burn, I almost do kind of like Dragon. I got the Wormcoil Engine coming down. Now, Dragon Lord Atarka is going to deal 5 damage, divide these chunks in any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control. So they have no creatures on the battlefield. Let's go ahead and go for the Mystical Tutor. Yeah, we can either go for Thirst for Knowledge. We'll be online for Gifts Ungiven, so we could grab a few more Reanimator stuff if we want to. We'll be online to go for that next turn. Let's go ahead and grab the Gifts Ungiven. That way we can kind of search a few Reanimator targets into the graveyard. And we can actually get into spots where we just pick exactly 2 that'll hit. So let's go ahead and grab Gifts Ungiven. It's going to go on top of our library. I'm going to draw into that. Let's get the island down. Anything else? Now we're going to go and pass the turn. Alright, so we're sitting at 4 mana. We're 1 away from Living Death. We're going to be able to get some given for at least 2 Reanimator targets if we want to, or we can kind of grab a nice little assortment of creatures. We can grab Exhume, or we can actually grab Reanimate along with some other stuff to kind of hand select our graveyard. So, and then all we've seen so far is Boros Charm for 4 damage up top, so we may be playing against some sort of red-white burn deck, I guess. I don't know, but we'll see what else is going on. But yeah, if you're not a Cube fan, or if you haven't played Cube, I highly suggest you go for it. It is always a lot of fun to play. Johnny Vengeance. Okay, target permanent does not untap during its next controller's untap step. Let's see what they're going to go for. I guess maybe the Mox Jet or the Swamp. I don't know what they're exactly go for. If they go for the -2, deal 3 damage target creature or player, that'd actually be pretty good for us if we hit the land for the turn. They'll be online for Living Death. Okay, going for that. Let's go ahead and go for the Gifts Ungiven right now. Search your library for up to 4 cards with different names, reveal them, put in your hand. Let's go ahead and grab, if we go Thundermaw Hellkite, we can go ahead and bring that back. We're not going to have the land untapped next turn, so let's kind of grab a nice little assortment of stuff. Let's go for, let's grab the Thirst for Knowledge. Let's go ahead and grab a Reanimate. Let's grab the Thundermaw Hellkite. And do we want to grab one more Reanimate? We have Living Death in the hand. We could go for, if we go for Dark Ritual, I'll put us in a spot where we're getting a little bit extra mana, kind of dump some stuff in the graveyard. So right now we got Reanimate, Thirst for Knowledge, Thundermaw Hellkite. Let's go ahead and go for Compulsive Research. If we're trying to play around in a Johnny, we just kind of want to just even the hand out so we can dump more stuff into the graveyard. So let's go ahead and go for the Compulsive Research. Okay, I like that. So that's going to give us a nice little Reanimator target. We've got Thirst for Knowledge to kind of shake the hand up, especially with that Swamp being tapped. We're going to be okay with the Mox Jet. And then we do have Reanimate to put something onto the graveyard if we can discard it from one of these 2. So You know, if they want to put the double Thirst for Knowledge and Compulsive Research into the graveyard, then we'll have Thundermaw and Reanimate coming out of the hand with the Mox Jet. If they give us one of those, kind of keeps us open, and then we're still on line for Living Death. So as long as we get at least one of these Thirst for Knowledges, not one of them, we have one in the deck. If we get Thirst for Knowledge or Compulsive Research, then we'll be in a nice little spot where we can draw a couple cards and chuck some stuff into the graveyard. Okay, so we got Reanimate hitting Compulsive Research. It leaves us with Thundermaw, Hellkite, and Thirst for Knowledge. Okay, and then Johnny's tapped down our swamp. See what we draw into an island. Let's go and get the island down. We have 4 mana. We can go ahead and Thirst for Knowledge. Let's go ahead and leave it up. We can just simply chunk 2 cards in the graveyard, Dragon Lord and the Thundermaw Hellkite, and then see what they want to go for next turn. They can pump down one of our Reanimator targets, but at this point, we've already made the land drop for the turn. We might as well, yeah, we'll just go and leave up Thirst for Knowledge and go for it on our opponent's turn. This might end up being just red-white good stuff, but yeah. If you haven't played Cube, I highly suggest it. Go for it, and especially if you don't, you've never built a cube for your you and your friends to play with, I would definitely go for that too. It's always I've never not had fun playing Cube. Even if your deck's not good, it's still fun to play. Okay, we got Chandra coming down. Let's see if they go for the. They could go for the +1 to add 2 mana to the mana pool, or go for the exile card. See if they exile. Let's get that popped up. Seeker of the Way, and they're gonna be 1 mana away from that. And then we're still gonna go for this Thirst of Knowledge. There we go. Make sure we get to the instant. There we go. Okay, let's go for the Thirst of Knowledge. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards. Let's go ahead and discard 2 cards on this one. Let's go for, what gives us out of this one? Thundermaw is going to have haste. If we go for Wormcoil Engine, they're going to be able to tap it down. And then they do have Planeswalkers out there. So let's go Dragon Lord Atarka, and let's go and go Thundermaw Hellkite. That way, if we do have the, if we do hit the swamp, oh, beautiful, hit the swamp. Okay, let's go and get the swamp down. Let's go for the Living Death. Black, 1, 2, 3. Dragon Lord's going to come in. We're going to be able to deal that damage on Planeswalkers or creatures our opponents control, which they have none. So we're going to be able to bring the Thundermaw back. It's going to have 5 damage coming across, and then the Dragon Lord is going to have 5 damage taking care of the other Planeswalkers. So, and let's just go ahead. We're probably just going to go ahead and take care of both of them. So let's go and deal that out to Chandra, and just click OK. Oh, it feels good. And then let's go and swing in with the Thundermaw at the Ajani Vengeance. There we go. And there'll be the good spots where we're going to have 13 coming up. Excuse me, we'll have 13 coming across the following turn. Anything else? No, let's go and pass turn. Alright, so they have 2 Planeswalkers in the graveyard. We have no other creatures in the graveyard right now. We do have Wormcoil in the hand. We are sitting at 6 mana, so we'll be able to at least hardcast Wormcoil Engine and get that down. And if things get a little bit crazy, we do have Exhume to kind of bring something else back out. So the opponent's getting down the Banishing Light, going for Dragon Lord. You got it, buddy. And let's see if they have any sort of answer for the Thundermaw Hellkite. If not, we can just get down Wormcoil Engine and just kind of go value from there. Draw into Pack Rat. Okay, let's go and swing it for 5. Put our opponent down to 15. Actually, Pack Rat's a really good draw because it's going to allow us to start chunking some of this stuff into the graveyard. Swinging it for 5 puts him down to 15. Let's go for the Pack Rat. And then if we go for a Pack Rat activation, we're not going to be able to still go for Exhume this following turn, but we can go for it next turn. We do have Makeshift Mannequin. No, we're just going to go and leave up the mana, dump something for Pack Rat. We'll get an extra Pack Rat on the battlefield that we can swing in with, and then we have Exhume or Makeshift Mannequin to kind of go for the following turn. But yeah, we got pretty lucky with some of our Reanimator stuff that we drew into. It was really nice hitting that, that Living Death off that. Okay. Casting 6 mana, Inferno Titan. Got it, man. See who they target with it. Inferno Titan's going to be dealing 3 damage, divided, however you want to choose. More than likely, we'll see if they go for 1 with Pack Rat. We have enough to activate it in response. So we'll see how they want to divide this Inferno Titan damage up. 2 for Pack Rat, 1 for us up top. Okay, let's go and activate that in response. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And let's go ahead. What helps us on this one? Let's just go and discard the Wormcoil Engine. We get into spots where we can instant speed, take care of Inferno Titan once it swings in. And then we can still discard another card to Pack Rat next turn if we can go for the Sundering Titan. So, okay. So we're going to have 5 in the air, puts them down to 9. Draw into an island. Let's go and get that down. Let's go and swing it for 5. Coming in hot. Now, we do have Exhume for Wormcoil Engine if we want to go for that. They could get into spots where they swing in with Inferno Titan, deal 3 damage to us. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 7 total mana, which actually leaves just enough for a Pack Rat activation and Makeshift Mannequin on the Wormcoil Engine. And if something gets targeted with it, we're still going to get those tokens on the battlefield. So let's go ahead and wait for them to swing in with the Inferno Titan, see how they want to deal that damage out. And then we can pop the Wormcoil Engine back onto the battlefield with Makeshift Mannequin, and then we'll still be online for Exhume to kind of bring it back the following turn. You know, they could get into spots where they can bring back Inferno Titan, but we're okay with that. Coming in for 6. And see if they're going to send some over to Pack Rat or not, or send it all up top if they want to. And we could simply go ahead and block with the Wormcoil Engine to get rid of the Inferno Titan. Now, if we go for Exhume, they'll be able to go for that. Alright, so we have 2 damage for Pack Rat, 1 up top. Let's go ahead and chunk a card in response. Let's go for the tap for black. There we go. Let's go and discard the Sundering Titan. We're going to make a copy of Pack Rat. And then do we want... Yeah, let's go ahead and Makeshift Mannequin on Wormcoil Engine. We'll get those tokens. That's going to hit the battlefield. Yeah, I like that. Let's go ahead and Makeshift on Wormcoil Engine. Bring that back onto the battlefield. And then what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to block on Inferno Titan if we want to. The following turn, well, if we just simply leave the Wormcoil Engine on the battlefield, that's going to be more than enough lethal coming across. They do have 2 cards in hand. But if we do block with the Wormcoil Engine, we're going to gain that life. They're going to lose Inferno Titan. We'll have the 2 worm tokens on the battlefield. We'll still have Pack Rat. I think we're going to go and block on this one. I'd like to get it off the battlefield. You know, if they have something like Oblivion Ring or something to kind of take care of Wormcoil Engine the following turn, it wouldn't be the best. But simply anything with the Mannequin counter on there, if they just simply target it, it's going to take care of it. So let's go ahead and block with the Wormcoil Engine. Gain that 6. Get those tokens on the battlefield. It'll kind of diversify our threats coming across. Takes care of Inferno Titan. We're going to get those tokens on the battlefield. But yeah, I love Reanimator. So, you know, at this point, we've just had fun doing this. Okay, Brimstone Volley, Morbid, that is online. It's going to take care of the Thundermaw Hellkite. We do gain that life. Get those 2 tokens on the battlefield. And they're probably not going to go for Exhume just yet because their only target right now is going to be Inferno Titan. Alright, they're getting down Gideon. See what we draw into. If not, we're probably just going to chunk something to Pack Rat and just keep that on the battlefield. Start rocking and rolling from there. Yeah, they've got 0 cards in hand on this one too, so... We got 3, 6. That's going to be 8 coming across. Buried Alive. Okay. Let's go ahead and swing in. Send the Wormcoil Engine in, Lifelink and Death Touch. We swing in the Pack Rat, we discard a card. Let's go and swing it in, why not? See how they want to block with Baby Gideon. Okay, got the Pack Rat block. I guess at this point we have Buried Alive and we have Exhume. Are we okay with losing Pack Rat? It's going to stay on the battlefield. They're going to have some sort of answer for one of our Wormcoil Engines the following turn, next turn. So if we make a Pack Rat, we'll get one on the battlefield. We lose Buried Alive, but then we have Exhume over there. 6 puts them down to 3. So they're going to have to draw into some sort of answer for one of our Wormcoil Engines the following turn. I think I'm okay with that. I'm just going to let that go across. That way if we draw into one of our Reanimator spells or something, we can still hold up Buried Alive and still have Exhume up if we need to draw something back that we need to. Gains Indestructible till end of turn. Okay. Lose the Pack Rat, and then let's go ahead and, in response, so they can give it Indestructible with the 3 mana, I'm going to be swinging in the following turn. Yeah, we're okay. Let's go and just pass this one over. If we want to go for Buried Alive, we can next turn. See if they draw into. If not, we're going to have 3 nice little worm tokens coming across. Okay, opponent scoops it up. Now, it looks like we're playing, I guess, just red-white good stuff. Let's see if we have anything that we want to bring in for red-white good stuff. Could bring a Diabolic Edict. We just mainly saw just a heavy reliance on Planeswalkers. We could bring in Repeal, but yeah, I just like going heavy Reanimator on this one. I think we're okay with what we've got going on, so I'm just going to leave it the same. That's where, you know, maybe we could cut out Jace, you know, if we're looking at some sort of burn spell or some sort of removal, but yeah, I just like shipping him back. As far as opening hand goes, we've got Swamp, Double Island, Thirst for Knowledge, Gifts Ungiven, Sensei's Top. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. Got a little bit of time before they get their Planeswalkers down. See if they need to mulligan past 6 or not. But yeah, I love drafting Reanimator. Another thing, I always love drafting just 3-color, just like mid-range control style stuff. That's always a ton of fun. I love that. And I don't know why I've had this heavy reliance on Jeskai too. That's what I always end up going for. Okay, let's go and get these Swamp down. Let's go for the Sensei's Divining Top. And then we're going to go and pass turn. So we have Thirst for Knowledge in the hand. We're going to draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards. That'll allow us to get Wormcoil into the graveyard. We also get some given. With Gifts Ungiven, we can search for more Reanimator stuff, but we can also go for is swinging it with Monastery and Swift Spear. What we can go for is just simply two Reanimator targets to put it into the graveyard. Let's go and get the island down. And I guess we can kind of top in response to something on our opponent's turn. Yeah, we're just going to leave it out. There's nothing really, even if we pay the mana for top, it's not really much. I guess technically we could go for Mystical Tutor. Yeah, we'll go and tap with the Swamp on our opponent's turn and then see what we can get on top of our library. But yeah, this is what the Gear Hulk. That was kind of one of those Reanimator targets. Like, you know, if we get Grave Titan going and we get those zombies on the battlefield, and we bring back the Gear Hulk, get those nice little +1 counters on there, kind of have some fun with that. But that's probably my least favorite Reanimator target that we have in this deck. Opponent swings in with the Monastery Swift Spear. See what they're tapping out for. Bramaz. The King of Raws. Okay, right now we're probably going to be on the Living Death game plan. That's mainly what we're going to be looking for right now, because Living Death will allow us to kind of bring stuff back out of our graveyard and wipe our opponent's board. So let's go and get the Sensei's Divining Top fired up. Look at the top 3 cards of our library. Okay, Collective Brutality is an answer. It's a good way for us to dump 2 stuff into the graveyard. Putrid Imp is a nice little discard outlet. So we go Collective Brutality. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. We can escalate it, choosing 1 or more. They can discard a card, instant or sorcery. We're at 18. We kind of need to find a hard answer for the Bramaz. Let's go ahead and, if we go for Buried Alive, we're going to be able to search kind of shuffle our library up. And that'll put 3 exact Reanimator targets in the graveyard. Let's go ahead and go for, let's put Putrid Imp on top. Let's put the Collective Brutality on top and then put Buried Alive on top. Okay, so we're going to draw that Buried Alive. We can go for that. Let's go to get the island down. Actually, let's go and go Swamp on this one. And let's go and go for the Buried Alive. We're going to be able to shuffle our library up. We're going to grab the Dragon Lord of Tarka. That way we can kind of start dealing some damage out among our creatures if that's something we can kind of reanimate into pretty quick. And then what else? Search for 3 creature cards, put them in the graveyard. Dragon Lord of Tarka for sure. We could catch our opponent off guard. They've got 2 cards in hand, so let's go and grab Sundering Titan. They have no flying creatures. And let's go and go Grave Titan. That'd be a nice little Reanimator target. Okay, get those into the graveyard. Anything else? No, we're going to go past turn. Alright, so next turn, if they don't cast a spell, we're looking at least 5 coming across, 6 with the Bramaz token. It's going to put us down to 12. And then we still have Thirst for Knowledge or Gifts Ungiven to kind of grab whatever we want to. If we Gifts Ungiven for Living Death, more than likely we're going to see that hit the bin. So that may not be the best option for us to go for. So kind of on the Living Death game plan. Alright, swinging in. Puts us down to 13, and then the following turn, that's going to be 3/6. That's going to be 8 with the Hero Cry. Tapped and attack. Yeah, we need to kind of get some stuff rolling this turn. Compulsive Research. Let's go and get the island down. Let's kind of re-rack on what we've got going on. So it's going to be 1, 4, 7. Get the 2 tokens on the battlefield. It's also going to have Battle Cry. And let's go ahead and, I guess it doesn't really matter how we sequence it. We can still leave up Thirst for Knowledge. We can't get anything down out of the hand, and we're not going for Gifts Ungiven. So let's just go and pass the turn, see how they want to sequence it out, see if they're going to draw anything else out. I think we might be dead to combat damage. We don't have any removal on the hand right now. Unfortunately, we didn't hit any of our Reanimator targets in our opening hand, so that is unfortunate. But our opponent developed a nice little board state, so that's going to be 3/6, 8 coming across, the 2 tokens, 10, the Battle Cry. Yeah, I think the Battle Cry is going to be more than enough to kind of get it done. Whenever it attacks each other, yeah, let's see if they sequence it with the triggers going across. Yeah, they do sequence it correctly. So I'm going to get the token on the battlefield. 2 of the tokens. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be a 10 coming across with the battle cry. Yeah, just for giggles, let's kind of see what we had on top of our library. Corpse Dance, we could draw that, instantly bring back the Sundering Titan to kind of block that back. Yeah, let's go ahead and... I'm going to miss out on some of our lands on that one, though. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Because if we go Corpse Dance, we draw the Dark Ritual, cast that. We can bring back the Grave Titan to kind of give us a little few more value creatures. Yeah, let's go and grab that Corpse. So let's go Pack Rat. Let's go Dark Ritual. Let's go Corpse Dance. Let's put that on top. Let's go and draw the Corpse Dance. If we can get that going. Now we're going to have to sacrifice it in the turn, but at least we're going to be able to chump block on some of those creatures. Let's go and draw the card. Now if we go for Dragon Lord, it's going to be 5 damage being dealt out. No, excuse me. Return the top creature card of your graveyard to the battlefield. That should be... I may be wrong on this one. I don't know if it technically counts a Grave Titan because that Buried Alive is on top. So I don't know if it... I think it has to be on top the actual last card on there. I don't know if it counts as Grave Titan. I think I'm wrong on this one. I just want to go just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on this one because it's technically not on top of our graveyard. Oh no, never mind. It is. Okay, so we do get Grave Titan. Let's get those 2 zombies down. Let's go and chump block. I guess we chump block on the Bramaz token. It's going to get rid of that. We need to get rid of the Battle Cry, to be honest. Get rid of the Hero's Blade. Yeah, Hero Blade. I think either way, we're still looking not the best. Let's go and chump block on the Bramaz. That's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 coming across, puts us down to 3. Just kind of be dead to a lightning bolt. We kind of just at least want to stop the those reanimator the tokens get out on the battlefield. Yeah, but either way, next turn we've got the Sensei's Top on top, protection from white. Okay. And then we got Sensei's Top, get it down. We still have Future Nim, but we don't really have a way to kind of shuffle our library up. So at least we got the Grave Titan back. That was pretty cool. Okay, exile Grave Titan, and then, yeah, we're going to draw on the Sensei's Top. So we'll just go ahead and scoop this one up. Not going to be able to hit Living Death off that. Hopefully we hit some more of our early Reanimator stuff. Anything else we want to change around, I'm pretty much okay with what we've got going. You know, we could go for Diabolic Edict or something like Skin Render to kind of take care of some of their creatures, but Moz being a 3/4 and then Hero Blade Hold and having the 4 toughness, it's going to be a little hard for us. So I think let's go ahead and do we want to bring in Avenger of Zendikar? Just kind of give us a few more bodies over the Sundering Titan. Let's go and swap that out. Let's put the put Avenger of Zendikar in. Anything else? Now let's go and shift it back over. We could go for Archangel, but it may, just depending on how the hand shakes out, it may be just a little too slow for us. We're going to play first, get the chat closed out. Okay, so we have Pack Rat, we have Living Death, Gifts Ungiven, Mystical Tutor. We don't have a blue source. We get Pack Rat down, we can start chucking some of the cards in our hand, hopefully draw into a nice little Reanimator step, then we go for Living Death. Yeah, we'll go and keep on this one. We don't have a blue source, but if we do hit an island, then we're online for Buried Alive. We have Living Death. I like that. Let's go and get the island down, and the swamp down, then we're going to go and pass the turn. Yeah, so we go for Pack Rat, then we have a discard outlet. At least, if anything, we just start making a bunch of Pack Rats, and then kind of go from there. Liliana. Okay, let's go and get the swamp down. Let's go for the Pack Rat. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. Yeah, so we're on the Mystical Tutor Buried Alive game plan. Then once we get to 5 mana, we'll be at Living Death. We're going to miss out on Pack Rats, but that's okay with us. We'll make it work. Getting down the Figure of Destiny becomes a 2/2 base toughness. Then for 3 mana, they had Lightning Strike. Okay. Now, if we do get down Liliana, let's go and get that down. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass her. Now, with Liliana, we get her down. We hit to 5 mana. And be able to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, and then we're going to be able to mill too. So that'll be something that we can kind of work towards. So we're definitely going to be working towards a Liliana on this one, if we don't hit a blue source for the Mystical Tutor. And then we still have the Gifts Ungiven to kind of put 2 creature cards in the graveyard if that's what we want to go for. Get down Mother of Runes. Let's see what we draw into. Compulsive Research. Bummer, man. Okay, let's go ahead and just go and pass the turn. It's unfortunate. Yeah, we never really saw much black-blue mana fixing, at least in the draft. So it's definitely somebody was in our draft, at least was in black-blue or some sort of Grixis color, because we never saw really any fetch lands or dual lands in black-blue. So hopefully we hit an island, then we can kind of go for the compulsive research, kind of shake our hand up, chunk some of the stuff in the graveyard. We do have Dragon Lord Atarka that we can at least kind of deal some damage out across some of those creatures, depending on what they kind of get out there. It's going to be 5 damage. All right, look at a little 4/4 body. And then we'd still have to play around the active Mother of Runes if we're going to go for the Figure of Destiny. All right, swinging it for 4, it's going to put us down to 13. And then see what we draw into. Hopefully it's not Collective Brutality. Well, that is something. So if we go for Collective Brutality, we can discard the Dragon Lord Atarka, at least have something to show for the Living Death. Target opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. We may end up going for the... at this point, do we want Gifts Ungiven if we hit an island? I'm trying to figure out if we want to escalate the Collective Brutality. Because if we go for the -2, they're just going to give target creature you control, in response to that, give it protection. So, I mean, we definitely want to get rid of the Dragon Lord Atarka. Let's go ahead and go Collective Brutality. Let's escalate it. Going to target opponent loses 2 life, we gain 2 life, and then we'll go for the reveal off that one. Go and cast it. Choose our opponent. Go for 1/2. We're going to discard the Dragon Lord Atarka. They'll give us a little bit of a buffer from the Figure of Destiny coming across, and then if they have any other sort of Lightning Strike or Boros Charm that we're not going to get caught off guard with that, we can at least get it out of the hands until we can draw another island. So yeah, Collective Brutality kick for 1 more. Oh, they do have Boros Charm in hand. Okay. So we have a Johnny Vengeant, Bramaz, and Thundermaw Hellkite. Okay, let's go and get rid of the Boros Charm. And then we'll reveal it, so we'll go to the reveal zones. We'll get that popped up. Anything else? Not, we're going to go on past turn. Fortunately, we're not hitting the land drops. That is unfortunate. And then they are online for a Johnny Vengeance, so they can tap our swamp down the following turn. Then we've got 4 coming across. If they want to go for the Figure of Destiny, excuse me, they don't have enough of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's going to be 6 total mana. Now they are online for Thundermaw Hellkite, tapping out for that now that they hit the plains for the turn. Thundermaw Hellkite. So that's going to be 9. 10 coming across puts us down to, if they want to swing it with Mother Runes or not. Swinging it for 9 puts us down to 6. Bummer, man. See, we draw. If not, we're going to be dead next turn. Draw another swamp. We do not get it done. So yeah, it was a little bit of a risky play not going for the, not having a blue source in the hand, but, yep, that's a bummer. Maybe we should have mulliganed on that one. But I will see you in round 2, so we're going to go and scoop this one up. Good game to our opponent. So, all right, everybody. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.